just to leave. Okay, what are we doing now?
Okay.
Tell me the flow. Are you talking?
Welcome to Colorado
And company.
and Company.
Coco.
I want to say Colorado
They call
Matters.
it Coco.
Coco. My name is Elaine Hood, and today we have Janet Schoen and Susie Morris from the Conifer Historical Society and Museum. Janet, I understand you're the current president, and Susie is the immediate past president of the Historical Society.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll begin with Janet. I understand that your Historical Society is a virtual society and that you're looking for a home. Where do you hope to have a permanent home?
We're really excited that the Norm Meyer family has agreed to work with us to see if their very iconic yellow home on the Highway 285 corridor between Denver and Fairplay could be our museum site.
Oh, is that the yellow house that used to have an airplane?
It
sitting
is.
on there? Is that airplane still there?
The airplane's gone. We're hoping if we have it become a museum that we could bring it back once a year.
Oh, that would be terrific. So, Susie, can you explain to us why this particular piece of land is important to Conifer?
That was yours. The piece of land. Okay.
Why are you choosing this particular place?
This property and the Victorian farmhouse on the property was a stage stop on the Bradford Toll Road. The Bradford Toll Road started in Ken Carroll Valley and went on to Fairplay in the 1800s.
And it's a Queen Anne home.
It's a beautiful
Queen Anne.
Vernacular Queen Anne, whatever that means. Beautiful yellow Queen Anne Victorian home.
Not Victorian, just Queen Anne.
Yeah, beautiful yellow Queen Anne style home that is, I'm sure, if you're looking at the picture right now, you'll see that it's very recognizable. Everyone notices the home as they drive by.
The home sits on about 400 acres that has never been developed. It's always been a ranch or open land, and that's what makes it so special in this area, besides the fact that it was an important transportation stop for the stagecoach between here and Fairplay, as well as a cultural icon, and no, I already said ranch, so never mind about that.
So Janet, in order to make this home, which I understand is still in the family's ownership, the Meyer family ownership, in order to make it into a museum, what does the Conifer Historical Society need to do to accomplish this?
We're working right now on a historic structure assessment to find out if the home can be made into a public place, if the structure is sound, if the electricity and the plumbing and all of that can handle it, and still keep the historic nature of the home. It is a National Historic Site, so we want to preserve that.
Okay, and then Janet, can you explain also, are you just using the house for a museum, or will the outlying property also be used?
Hopefully, right now we have about 90 acres that would be a living history museum, and we're very excited about the opportunities that presents for teaching people, youth and adults and visitors from all over the world, about what it was like to live up here. How did they make a living? How did they feed their families? What was ranching like when they had no cars? Those kinds of things. So it'll be an educational opportunity.
Do you have a time frame? Like, do you think this will happen in the next year, or?
Probably not the next year. We're thinking that the historic structural assessment will be done in early next year. And then we're going to look at what would it take to operate the museum. What kinds of things would we need to do to make that happen? So it could be several years before we make it a museum. The first thing that we have to do is agree with the Meyer family that that's a viable project.
But they are in cooperation with you, correct?
Right. After the feasibility study, which we haven't talked about, so after the historic structure assessment, we will work with the Meyer family to find out if everybody agrees that this is a project that we all want to go forward with.
Okay. So in order to do this, I understand you have several events planned for this coming summer in Conifer, and you're eager to let the metro community know about these so that you can raise some money towards this end. Susie, can you give us some ideas of what type of events the Historical Society has planned?
Yes, we have some really fun things planned. We're going to have a swing and sock hop on May 21st. And whether people like the dancing to the music of the 40s, 50s, and 60s, or if they just want to listen, they can come and enjoy the soda shop. The information for that will be on our website. We're also having a Rocky Mountain Oyster Festival on July 4th, 16th. I'll have all that. Don't worry.
July
I got
16th.
plenty of time to practice. July 16th. And
You
we'll
want to
have
mention
a lot
it's
of
on the Meyer Ranch.
on the Meyer, yes, that will be on the Meyer Ranch property, and we're having a lot of food, not just Rocky Mountain oysters. We're also having entertainment, and we're hoping to, I'm working right now with some companies that could bring a stagecoach to give us stagecoach rides, because it was a stagecoach stop. We also have a community picnic on August 14th, and in addition to that, we offer what we call our summer lecture series, and we'll be doing programs on the Bradford Toll Road this year, Bradford Junction, which was Conifer's first name. We also have Abraham Lincoln coming to visit, and I've actually been on the phone with him, and that's a collaboration. The Abraham Lincoln Talk is a collaboration with the Highwan Homestead. We also have a cemetery tour and a tour of the Clifton House, which is a historic home that is now a lovely bed and breakfast and winery.
Could one of you explain to me, or tell the audience, why the history of Conifer is important to somebody in Denver?
It really matches the history of the Colorado settlement. When the gold rush of the 1850s brought people from all parts of the country through Colorado to California, and Conifer was settled during that time on what is now Highway 285. They went from the Denver area to Leadville and on past to the gold fields. And so this was an important place where people stopped for a night or for a lifetime. And those that stayed for a lifetime ranched and farmed and lived a tough life. So it mirrors what Colorado's history is.
Can I say something?
Please do.
Interrupt. Sorry, not off the thing. So she asked you why Conifer should have a museum or something. What? And what we want to say is why we're unique. What
Yeah.
you're saying is why our history matches Colorado's history.